All right, what is up, guys? UFC 329, McGregor versus Holloway 2 took place last night. Now, the main event is going to be a separate video. I got to make a whole nother video about that, what happened, what I think about it. But we're going to talk about from the Tracy Cortez fight on, because I did miss a couple of these fights. I got on a little late for some reason. I thought the prelim started at 7. They really started at 5. Somehow I got on a little bit late. But I got on just as the Tracy Cortez and Wayne Kong fight was starting. Pretty simple. Wayne Kong pretty much whooped Tracy Cortez's ass the whole time, pretty much, all 3 rounds. Did do an illegal knee to a grounded opponent on Tracy at one point. It didn't really affect Tracy that much. She took like a minute and a half of rest. It got right back to it. Wayne Kong pretty much beat her up the entire time and won the decision. Now on to the prelims. By the way, pretty much top to bottom, absolute banger of a card. Banger of a card. There were not many to any boring moments in this card. It was absolutely, could have been a generational card, bar the main event. Luke Riley and Kai Kamaka, hope I say that right. Very good fight. I was going for Luke Riley. I don't know neither one of these guys very well. Me and my buddy were doing like bets back and forth over text message pretty much. He called Kai, so I called Luke Riley. Very action-packed fight. Ended with a TKO in the very first round. Very good fight. Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. I'll never go for Cody Garbrandt in a fight again. I'll never pick him to win. I haven't picked him to win in a very long time. I think there was that one time like versus Dominic Cruz where he was okay, even though he didn't fight like a perfect Dominic Cruz. I think at one point Cody was a savage at bantamweight, but not anymore. I think he's just hanging in there to keep the checks coming. Or he doesn't want to end up like Dustin Poirier and retire and not know what to do with himself and get in trouble. But I'll never go with Cody. I went with Adrian. He rocked him twice. Third time he rocked him, he wobbled him, put him down, and that was the end of it in the very first round. Now, I was very excited for Gable Steveson versus Alicia Ellison. I don't know Alicia Ellison, but I do know Gable Steveson. I've watched a couple of his prior fights. I heard he was in the WWE at some point. And I just see a lot with him because of John Jones being his mentor / trainer, whatever you want to think of that. And I think we've seen that in this fight. I think there was a lot of like teep kicks, like kicks up the middle to the gut of Alicia. And it was overall, I think, a good debut. Let's not rush this guy. You know what I mean? Let's give him a couple fights, build him up. He did take some really good shots from Ellison. He took some good shots at heavyweight. He is a little chubby. I think he weighed 230-something, so I think light heavyweight is possible for him. I think he is in the same training camp or involved in the same thing as Josh Hokett, so I don't think those guys really want to fight each other. But both of them could cut down just a little bit and go to 205 definitely. They're both just a little pudgy. But other than that, he took some strong shots. I think he looked good. There was like a 2-minute break. He landed one of those teeth kicks up the middle, like kind of hit the cup a little bit, so they called it a growing shot, and they gave Ellison a minute or two. He didn't take the whole 5. They got back to it, and he technically KO'd him. Ellison just got back up pretty quick after the KO, but he did KO him. So good debut from Gable Steveson, but let's not rush him. Let's feed him some guys outside the rankings and build him up. Let him get some experience going in the UFC and not have him crash out, kind of like a Bo Nichols situation. Nikita Krylov and Robert Whittaker, man. Robert the Reaper Whittaker is back, and this was an amazing thing to watch. Because in the first round, when this first started, this was Robert Whittaker's debut at light heavyweight at 205. The guy started his career at welterweight, went up to middleweight. Now he's at 205. He did look a little pudgy. Like, his abs were not all that visible. He did look a little pudgy. But, man, I'm not going to lie to y'all. He looked fucking good. When they first came out, Krylov looked so much bigger than him. Taller, longer, everything. He was so much bigger than Whittaker. But, man, Krylov went for some takedowns on Whitaker. He couldn't get the takedowns. He didn't complete a takedown. He couldn't get him. Robert seemed strong like a pit bull, like just strong and little stalky little fucker. So he was able to defend that. And, man, he just put the lighter man skill on him. Jabbing 1-2, 1-2 Krylov's head off. And then in the third round, he connected. It was like during an exchange when they went to exit the exchange, he connected a right that like hit right on the corner of Krylov's jaw, and it like wobbled him really hard. And then Krylov backed up and basically just like called it. He was like, I'm done. We thought Krylov had a broken jaw. I'm pretty sure Dana White said that he does not have a broken jaw. But, man, Whitaker really just put it on him. It was a really, really good performance. After round one in the corner, Whitaker did look a little gassed out. He looked like he was breathing really heavy. But, man, round two, round three, he just came out there. And I think if it went to decision, I think it could have been a 3-0 Whitaker. Like, he could have won every round. Maybe the first round went to Krylov just off the takedown attempts. Maybe. I don't know, but, man, after round one, Whitaker just found his groove, and he was just piecing him up the entire time. Amazing to see from Whitaker. Now, what I do think will be interesting is Whitaker and Paulo Costa rematch at 205 because, you know, Paulo has moved up and had his first fight at 205. I don't remember who he fought, but he won. So that could be a good rematch at 205. They're both a little bigger, a little stronger, less weight cut. That could be interesting. All right. Main card, King Green and Terrence McKinney. I want you to know when this started out, look at that. It stopped with 1 second left because McKinney gave up to the worst body shot. Okay, maybe not the worst body shot ever, but a terrible body shot from McKinney. I mean, from Green, put McKinney down in the ground and pound. He called it with 1 second left. Could they have let it go to the second just to make it more interesting? Yes. Would Bobby Green have won during the second round? I'm absolutely sure that he would have won in the second. McKinney just gassed out, man. That first round, he whooped Green's ass. I mean, he just put it on him. Punching on the ground, he put it on him. But King Green, I love how he just, like, changed his name. I just, like, changed his name to King, but whatever with that. Green survived the attack. He survived the ground and pound. He survived a lot of situations on the ground where I really thought McKinney was about to get the rear naked choke and put him out of there. He somehow survived it, scrambled out, got up, and McKinney at that point was just gassed out. And Green put it on him, man. He put it on him, landed some good body shots, and the last body shot that dropped him was like a body shot that like bounced off the elbow and barely hit the side and dropped him, and the ground and pound, and they could have let it go, but he was not defending really. He was just curled up in a ball, so I think it was a good call overall. I do. Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanagh. I was going for Loner Kavanagh just because I don't think Brandon Royval has looked that good lately. But this was a banger of a fight. Absolute banger of a fight. I think it was. I thought Kavanagh looked good except for the fact he was getting his face jabbed off by Brandon Royval. But in the third round, Brandon shot for the takedown and Kavanagh jumped the ghillie. And unless you're Charles Oliveira, Paddy the Pimblett, or maybe Islam, jumping the ghillie, it never works. So he jumped the ghillie, lost position, ended up on bottom, and got submitted toward the end of round 3. Mario Batista and Corey Sandhagen, I got bad news for you. I actually dozed off on my couch right as this fight started, and when I woke up, it was just kind of over. I have not went back and watched it yet. I've heard it was close. There was nothing like crazy exciting about it. At the end of one of the rounds, Mario Batista had Corey in like some type of leg lock where apparently it did noticeable damage to Corey and it made him fight different. So sounds like a deserving win for Mario Batista. I'm not a huge fan of Corey Sandhagen, so it doesn't really bother me too much. I'm not too concerned about it. But this one, Benoit St. Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. I think a lot of people counted out Paddy Pimblett because Paddy took that ass whooping from Gaethje. I think a lot of people counted him out because Benoit is really good on the ground, but fucking Paddy's really good on the ground too, man. I know Paddy likes to stand and bang, and he's got a hell of a chin, But Paddy's really good on the ground. I mean, look how easy he made Green look, King Green. We're going to call him King Green because he changed his name to King Green. Look how easy Paddy made King Green look, So went out there. Benoit threw a left high kick and then dove for the takedown. Paddy kind of jumped the ghillie but didn't throw his feet up, so he kept position. And right here, I guess you can kind of see. Right here, you can see that he had him locked in there pretty good right there. So he got him in a Darce choke, got both his legs up around his back. They rolled, and then Benoit went to sleep. So props to Benoit for not tapping out, but he did go to sleep. And after, when they were interviewing Paddy, Benoit was headed out of the octagon. He stopped in the crowd to look up at the screen to see what happened. I don't think it happened so fast. I mean, it happened 52 seconds within round one, so I don't think he truly know what happened. But Benoit looked very emotional in the ring that he lost, and I don't blame the guy. That this was either one of them winning would give them a huge opportunity. If Benoit were to win, he might get a number one contender shot next. They might put him against somebody like Max or Charles. You never know what they were going to do with Benoit if he went out there and looked dominant against Paddy. But Paddy went out there and made it look fucking easy, man. So I don't know what they're going to do with Paddy. I don't think they're going to give Paddy the Gaethje rematch right now, just because I think they have bigger plans for Gaethje. But he could fight Charles for the BMF. He could fight Max. I think they should do Paddy Pimblett versus Ilia Topuria at the end of this year, December, because Ilia has come out on social media and said he would like to return this December. By the end of the year, he would be ready to fight again. I think they should give Paddy the rest of the summer off, and I think Paddy comes back in December and should fight Ilia, and the winner of that get a title shot at whoever is the champion at 155. I think that fight should have happened at the White House, but Pimblett lost to Gaethje. But that's the fight I think we really all wanted to see. They had beef for sure backstage at press conferences. They had beef. Now it's time we get this fight. And I'm not as confident in Ilia as I was back when they were rumored to fight the first time. The first time they were rumored to fight, I was like, Paddy comes in there with his hands too low. His guard on the feet is not all that great. I think Pimblett would put him to sleep, or at least stumble him, crack him, and TKO him. But, man, now I don't know. Paddy is good on the ground. He's big. He likes to strike. He does have a good chin. So I don't really know how that fight would go now. I'm more 50-50 on it. But we'll just have to see how Ilia comes back and how he looks in training videos or anything like that and see what happens. And I'll definitely have to make a video about that if that fight is announced. So I'm going to go ahead and make another video for the main event because there are a lot of things I want to say about it and also show you about it. But performance of the night was definitely Paddy, man. Paddy was the main event. Go watch my other video about the Conor fight, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But Paddy was the main event. Paddy brought it home. Paddy showed up, won, took 0 damage. Hell, Benoit took 0 damage too. He just went to sleep. So both guys took 0 damage, so they can go eat. Paddy was eating pizza at the post-press conference. So let's get Paddy back in there, end of the year. Paddy's a star right now, man. Paddy's a star. I don't think he should fight Gaethje again right now, but I do think that Paddy has a good chance against Ilia, and if he beats Ilia, that's a title shot for Paddy, man. That is a big deal for Paddy. So UFC 329, absolute banger of a card. I missed some of the early prelims. I slept through the Sandhagen fight. I can't be the only one who slept through a Sandhagen fight. They're normally not that exciting at all, but I'm not upset about it. Absolutely amazing card. Man, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.